Now, one by one, first of all, we will read this master section and then we'll go for creating that. Okay, so what information they are given, we need to check, measure each and everything. Okay, so with respect to that, we can go. Abhishek, do any question? Abhishek, do any question? So you can find, you can check this distance. So what are the distance they're given between two? We have 0.5. So angle is not required right now. So we'll check this is 0.1 mm we have clearance. Over here also we have the 0.1. And then again, if you just check this, we have some height over here. So 10 mm close to we have the height. Similarly, this is the screw boss we have, or like heat stacking boss. Then again, we have somewhere here 0.1, 0.5, 0.5, 0.1. So anyone can let me know. We have this two locator. Okay. So out of this we can say left hand. This we can say right hand. So which one is two-way and which one is four-way locator? You can just pin me in chart window saying like LH will be two-way, RH will be four-way, or RH will be two-way, LH will be four-way. So we have this dimension 0.1. So here we have 0.1, 0.5. So which one is two-way and which one is four-way? RH is four-way, LH is two-way. Not, this is not correct. So if you just check whatever we have seen till now, so suppose this is we have slot. So in that, this will be the locator. Okay. So whenever this clearance, whenever we have this clearance, this will be close to 0.1 or 0.2. Okay. So this will be 0.1 or 0.2. That will be locating this part. Okay. But whenever there is a condition, if we have the slot such a way that and then we have something like this as a locator. Okay. So in this case, you can find so these dimension are nothing but going to be have 0.1 or 0.2. And in this case, this will be the more than that. Okay. So it's not going to be actually controlling the location. Okay. It will be 0.5 to 1.5. It called as a float. Okay. So this we have the float in this direction. It will not going to be locate the part, but in this direction, it's going to be locate with the help of 0.1 to 0.2. Okay. So 0.1 to 0.2. So these are the four-way and two-way locator will be added. So this condition, if there is a section given with only 0.1 and another section is not given, so what we can conclude, this will be four-way locator. So in this side, suppose we have the 0.1, 0.2 or any other value. So this we can create as a two-way locator. Okay. Because in one direction there is a float. So this we can go for which one is four-way and which one is two-way locator. Okay. So depending upon if there is only one section is given, so another section will be by default considered as the same. That's why they haven't given the information. Okay. So if this we have the both side information, that means the value are different, and that value different indicates that one side it is a locating and another side it is a floating. So this is called as a two-way and four-way. Okay. Clear everyone? Why this is four-way? Okay. So answer will be this will be four-way. This will be two-way. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, so simple basic question was which one is two-way and which one is four-way. Okay, with the help of this dimension. Okay, we have this locator. So the question was this will be four-way or this will be two-way. Two-way or four-way. Two-way or four-way. Now we come to know like this is a two-way, this is a four-way. Now we need to create that values. Okay, so how we can create that? Okay, so first of all we need to create the point where exactly it's going to be have starting point, and with respect to that we can go for creating that particular part. Okay, so here if you just check, we need to add a point. So we'll add that point at a center somewhere in between this. So firstly we will go with the existing master section, whatever they have. With respect to that we can create a point between this point to this point. With midpoint we can create the points over here. Okay, so this is how we can create a start point. Then we need to create sketch. With respect to this we need to have the tooling lines. We'll add the tooling line. So this we can add direction as a Z. Somewhere in this direction we can add, and this we can name as a tooling line. So this we can go for just as a tooling line. Now what we can see, so whatever we have the tooling line, with respect to that we need to create this particular part. So for that we need to have sketch to create. Okay, so this we can add into input. Okay, again this input we can add into the four-way locator. Okay, so this is how we created separate geometry in that input. Then again we have work. So in that we can add work, whatever the geometry we're going to be create for this four-way locator. Okay, then we need to add plane normal to the line passing to the point. Normal to the line passing to the point. If you just check whatever point we have created, that is with the between twos. So we are refer the master section. You can check parents and children. So it is always saying you should not have any time any relation with the input. Okay, so this we need to make it as a parametric. How we can create that? We'll just right click, make it isolate. Okay, we'll isolate that point, double click, go for the coordinate. What will be coordinate? You can just click OK, so it will be get updated. Now you can check, right click, properties. So this point is now parametric. Okay, we use this point to create first with a reference to the given input. Okay, but now we don't want that input as this is not preferable. Okay, in CAD test also you can make sure you should not have this point linked with the any master section or a given input. So this is a bad impression. So always make sure you should have the point which will be fresh in different coordinate. Okay, so the tool maker or the CAD test creator change this point. Once you done this, you will just change the coordinate. You will check your locator fixation is moving with respect to that or not. Okay, so this is how the short tip we can say for the CAD test. So we need to create a sketch. So always we're going to be select the position sketch. So we'll select that position sketch over here. Then you can select a projection point. Then we as always said like vertical here, horizontal here. So we'll just try to reposition that vertical horizontal here, and that we can create. Okay, so before creating that we need to measure the dimension. So dimension we can check for how much we need to have. So we know these values, but if we just check, we need to have this intersection to intersection. So you can select this to this, we'll get the bottom point. Again, you can select this bottom to this. So you can find this is a 10, we have internal dimension, okay? So we need to create a 10 dia. So we'll add one circle. As usual, we need to go create a locator. So this 10 dia we can add. And then we need to have that square to get created. And you can change the sketch mode. So the thickness we need to have 1 mm. Again, we can say we're going to be have this as a 1 mm. Then we'll try to trim this all. So either you can erase that, okay? You can double click this erase option as well. Double click, then you can remove all unwanted things, okay? So this we need to remove. So why we are doing this square? Because whenever the periphery of the hole will be there, so the hole will be in circular format. And if you just check, there should not be square. So we need to have this as a circular one. Okay, so this dimension we need to add over there. So this will be 10.4. So 0.2 mm clearance over here, 0.2 mm clearance over here. So with respect to that, we have created 4. This is the construction. So this is how the hole will be. If you just check with this now, the clearance we'll get is something like 0.2, okay? So why we need to create this circular? If you create the straight line, if you just check, if you create a straight line, vertical, tangent to this, okay, and we'll try to check the dimension with this, it will be not 0.2, okay, it will be less with that, okay? Here you can find, will be showing 0.2 with the tangent, but you can check the minimum optimum dimension will be at this point. Okay, so this is a 0.175. So this is, we need to avoid to have the square periphery of locator, rather than we need to prefer have circular. So this we can make as a reference dimension. Can double click, make it as a reference dimension. So this is how we can to be create. Okay. So clear why we are not going to be create this as a square, why we going to be have this a periphery of circle. Clear everyone? Any doubt in this?
Clear, sir.
Okay, so we'll just come up from this particular sketch. I'll have this square. So we'll go for creating a pad. Okay, we'll add new body. That will be 4-way locator. Right click, you can rename that. And to that, we need to add pad, upside and the downside. You need to have thicken value. Okay, so there is no requirement of thick. We already created that cross section. We need to go for mirror. If something is open over there, self-intersecting, so that we need to resolve. Yeah. So this square also we need to remove. Okay, so this we can remove and it will be open profile. It will be closed profile rather than open. So this is how we're going to be get this shape. Okay. So now what we need to add this chamfers. So this chamfer also we need to measure. So we'll measure from this side. So I'll check this value. So the 1.8 we have. So another value we can check 1.825. So that value we can add to the chart. Okay. Okay, either you can go for length to length, then 5. The same we can add to the 4 corners. Then we need to add fillet. So you can find. So fillet value will be 1. Here we have 3. So this 1 and 3 we're going to be add the value. Okay, so you can add 1. Then bottom side we need to add 3. So that 3 value we can add over here. Three, review. Like this we're going to be have. Again, if we want, you're going to be add the 0.3 fillet to the locator. Okay, so because there will be the tooling fillet by default, we're going to be have. So for that reason, we're going to be add this 0.3. Okay, then we're going to be run this fillet from periphery. So this is how we're going to be have locator and the mask section. Okay, so this we are created with respect to the master section given, and we need to check like whatever we have created, it is a perfect going to be work out. Okay, so we'll go for that and fine. So we here the surface to line. You can select edge, you can select surface. We can find we have the 0.1 exactly dimension. Okay, your pointer clear. So this is how we can do this from the master section. We can create this locator and we will add that four-way two-way name over here, so we can have that proper geometrical set for where then input then work, then again here you can find, you can add. So whenever we need to create this from the one side to the another side, okay, so we have already created the four-way locator, we need to create the two-way locator over here. So how we can create that? So simply we're going to be use the power copy. So what is a power copy? Power copy is going to be used to have the multiple instance. Okay, so if you want to create this locator at somewhere in this area, again somewhere at 4 to 5 places, so this we can create with the help of the power copy. Okay, so it might be the instant 1, 2, 3, 4 in same part or the another part. Further, we can save this power copy separately and recall for this another part. Okay, so this part 2, part 3, part 4. In that we can add this particular locator profile. Okay, so now we'll check how we can create that power copy. So before that, we need to have the point in this area. So to run that power copy, so we'll set the power copy dimension first. So go to the insert, then knowledge template set for the power copy. So once you select on that, it will be asked for the inputs. Okay, so what are the input we have selected? You can just click here. We'll add only start point and the tooling line. Okay, so start point, tooling line, whatever we have selected, created. So that has to be the power copy. So else everything, whatever it's selected is going to be at a selected component. Input will be over here. Okay, so you can select that, click OK. So whenever the new power copy recalled, it will be asked only two input, what? Start point and tooling line. So we'll click that. Then now we need to recall the power copy. So for that, we need to have the two-way locator. So in two-way locator, what information will require? Start point. Tooling line will be the same we're going to be have. Okay, so point we need to find. So again, the same strategy, we're going to be select between. So this between, we can select this point, midpoint, click OK. So what we have right now is the linked part. Okay, if we just check parameter, so you can find this is a linked with the input. So we should not have anything linked with the input. So what we have done, we have created right now. This we can name as a start point. Now we need to create this from the link to non-link as a parametric. Okay, so this is link. What we need to create as no link. So what we can do now, so we'll just go for right click, go to the isolate. We'll isolate this point. Then again double click. With double clicking, we're going to be have this coordinate. Click on coordinate. It will be create whatever the coordinate it have. Okay, we'll create that coordinate. Click OK. Preview. You can find the default origin we have selected. This will be the part orientation, and the axis system we have selected, that is the absolute. Okay, so you can find this absolute axis system will be there. So now this point, if you just check again, so this don't have any parent or children right now, but this is definitely, it will be have the children once we add the power copy, but this is no parent. So this is a parametric point. Whatever we had earlier, that is a, what we have is nothing but linked point. Okay, so this we need to have parametric. Then we need to recall the power copy. We'll go for recalling power copy from the instantaneous or from selection. You can select this instantaneous from selection. We need to recall the power copy. We already created the power copy. Here you can find the power copy is here. We can rename as well as the power copy. So this we can say the locator power copy. Now I can recall that from the instantaneous of selection. Go to the insert instantaneous from selection. You can select this power copy. From that, you can come to know what are the input we are given. That input is going to be asked right now. You can select this tooling line and the point. Check for the preview. It will be at that locator. Okay. So this is how once you click, you can find. So this plain sketch is added. This locator name is added, but we can rename that. You can click. You can rename that. That is to a locator. Now, if you just check the dimensions with respect to given, so this edge to surface, we have 0.5. This edge to surface, we have 0.1. So what is the change? The change in the dimension of slot, not into the locator dimension. So locator dimension will be always same. If whether it's two-way or four-way, the only change will be in slot. Okay. So whatever the slot we have in this direction, okay, so whatever the slot we have in this direction, so it will be circle, and in this side it's going to be the something like this. Okay, so what will be the dimensions? So dimension will be, this we're going to be have 10 plus 0.5, so that is 11 mm, and here we're going to be have 10 plus 0.1, 0.2, so that is 10.2 mm. Okay, so this is how we're going to be have the two dimensions. Clear? So from where this dimension is coming, so whatever we're going to be have the value. Okay, so whatever we have the value for slot, so that slot value are changing, and here you can find, so this dia of the circle will be 10 plus 0.1 each side, so that will be 10.2. Okay, so this is the dimension we're going to have for this particular locator slot. Okay, you can check, this is going to be have the plate on this particular red plate. So there will be one cutout of 10.2 hole, and there will be one cutout of 11 by 10.2. So in this case, whatever the dimension we have in this area will be 0.5 mm clearance. In this side, what we're going to be have, it's 0.1. Okay, this side also 0.1. This side we're going to have 0.5, 0.5. Okay, and here each side 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the 4 side we're going to be have 0.1 mm clearance. Clear? Fine. So this is the 2-way and 4-way locator we're going to be create. Now what we're going to be check. So another, there is a one part. Okay, so this screw boss we need to create. Okay, so that is something like we need to check again the dimensions. So anyone having doubt till now? Any doubt? Power copy, recalling the power copy. So this we already done, but again, if anyone having question or not practice, so this is just a reminder for everyone. Like we're going to be get this information clear.
The step one is for like fixation,
Mhm.
like in master section. First, we have to create fixation, then we have to create surfaces.
No, 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 no. This is the practice we have for the fixation only. Okay.
Okay.
So creating surfaces, we don't have the surfaces. So here only we can have one plane and that have thicken the file. So that is not an issue. So whatever the
Okay.
surface, we have that CAD test in further process. So there will be class A that we need to create first, then we're going to be create the fixations. Okay. So whenever there is a CAD test, so what is the flow? Okay. So whenever there will be a CAD test, what you should have the flow. So first you can find there we're going to be have close volume. Okay. Then we're going to be have follow the master section. So with respect to whatever will be there, the things so that we need to follow. So we have this separate CAD test, what will be the input and what will be the output session. Okay. So that we can check detail. Yeah. So here we can create first this screw boss. Okay. So anyone having questions, we'll go for that, not an issue. Anyone having question? Okay. So we'll create this fixation another. We need to have this two selected point. Then you can add, okay. So this we need to add again into the input boss, heat stacking boss. So this we can add in input. Then again, we can add this as a start point. So again, what if we just check parameter? So this is the link. So we don't want a link. So you can click OK. Click right click, isolate, double click, go for coordinate. So this is how we have the trick to make it parametric within a fraction of a second. Okay. By that time, you can check this coordinate and select the point. So it will take a time. We can directly create the point. And now we need to have the sketch. Add the sketch over here. Position sketch, we can go. For that, we require a plane. So we'll add the plane, normal to the line, pass it to the point. On that, we can add sketch. We can select the plane, we'll add the point, projection point. Then you can add this HB. We'll click on OK. Then again, we're going to be add the circle. So how much dimension we need to create? So that again, we need to check with this. Intersect to intersect. So from this to this, from this to this, we have 10. So that we can add the 10. So this we need to have the pad to do. So you can insert new body so that we can name as boss Okay, we need to go for pad, upside, then you can go for downside as well, mirror. So we need to add the thickness. So thickness, we need to check, measure how much thickness we have in this area. Okay, from this to this, from this to this, we can check thickness. This we have 1 mm. So we can go for double click, check for thickness, 1 mm. Inside we need to have something like this we can do. Okay, now we can add the draft to this part. So inside, outside, we can add draft 0.5. Then we need to select the neutral plane. Then the pulling direction, you can select this line. Upside draft we require 0.5. So you can add the draft, something like this. Okay. So this is how we're going to be added these features. Now, if you just want, you can create that bottom plate to make you sure like whatever we have created, that is a perfect. Okay. So we'll add one plane, projection point. So on that, we're going to be create that plate. We'll add that thickness. So we'll check that thickness, what is length we have. Okay, from this plane, so this plane to the bottom edge, we have 12.5, and from this to this upper surface, we have 10. Okay, so what we can say, we can add minus 10. Before that, we need to add a 12.5 minus 10. Okay, so this is how we can add the plate. And to that, we need to add this locator. Okay, so here you can find, so locator thickness should be have something more at the bottom side. So we have 10, so we can add that. Rather than mirror, we can add that 12. Again, same here. You can double click, add that more 12. So you can check we forgot to add draft. Okay, so we need to add draft for the locator as well. So we need to select pad and we'll add the draft for all the faces. Okay, so we need to select neutral plane. Then we need to select pulling direction as tooling, 0.5 draft we need to add. The same way we need to add to this another part also. Same thing, we need to select all the surfaces. Can select neutral plane. You can select pulling direction. Arrow should be upside. Check for this. Update. Now we can add this as a part. To the part, we need to do the Boolean operation. So you can add this all together, assemble. Add to this. Can find. So everything is get added. So you can add this in assemble in one. Okay. insert in new, so all will be get insert. So we need to change this minion trim. Either we need to keep or remove. Okay, so you can keep that, but you can find whenever there is a screw boss, you might feel ending a hole over here. Okay, so make sure always if you have the screw boss, I think screw boss length also we need to yeah, we have that increase. Okay, so now you can find this is our part. Okay, so this part we're going to be here, and there will be the another part with this, and it's going to be get fixed over there. Okay, so this is how we can finish any CAD test. What we have the master section, we need to read first. With respect to that, we need to create each and everything. So wherever it's possible, we're going to be create power copy.